On Shoe and Show today, we're talking about something super exciting.
The industry level, still just how supportive and connected everyone is. This industry is very collaborative. Like you're going to run into a lot of the same people, and it just goes to show how active our membership is.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Shoe and Show. I am so excited because we are starting a new series where we introduce and get to know a little bit more about the FDRA staff. So I am so excited to have Jolie Gracia here today. She is the events and marketing coordinator for FDRA. She's currently in her 4th year with FDRA. Jolie, welcome to Shoe and Show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the footwear industry.
Yes, thank you, Christie. Happy to be here. So I am 25 years old, and as you said, October will make 4 years that I've been with FDRA. Honestly, how did I get into the footwear industry? I graduated in 2022. I had my marketing degree, and I just started throwing out applications, hoping to get my first marketing job. And FDRA was a hit. We hit it off. I got hired, and the rest is history. It's been a great 4 years so far. It seemed like a great opportunity, and it turned out to be. I've learned a lot.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Well, I personally enjoy working with you so much. You are such a rock star. Jolie is her response rate on emails is outstanding. We are so
Thank
lucky to
you.
You're welcome. But for our listeners who may not know you or FDRA, the insides of FDRA super well, what does the organization do? What do you do within the organization? And what does your day to day actually look like?
Yeah. So FDRA is a trade association that represents the footwear industry. So we're membership based, we're helping our members, and we advocate on anything that's going to help excel the footwear industry. My day to day, it changes every day, but primarily like I'm meeting with members. I do all of our new member onboarding. So when we get a new member at FDRA, they're coming through me, and I'm making sure that they're getting plugged into all of our resources. I'm on the marketing team, so of course, we work pretty closely together on that, but I do our social media marketing. I create our newsletters, working with really any of the communications that go out within FDRA. And we're all remote, but I serve as on-site support for our in-person events. So I travel here and there. I'm always excited to get together with the rest of the industry. And then I serve as technical support for all of our virtual events. So when we're having webinars, I'm in the webinar helping, making sure everyone gets in smooth, being tech support a little bit. And then I serve as a second point of contact for all things Fanny. So this I kind of have my hands in a lot, but that's an overview of my day to day at FDRA.
I love it. You truly do have your hands in almost every aspect of the association. Let's talk about Fanny a little bit. So, Fanny is coming up this week. If you're listening to this now, this is Fanny Week. You manage all 4 Fanny Market Week cycles. So, let's talk about that. That's a big lift. What goes into pulling Fanny together?
Yes. So with Fanny, I work very closely with Sandy Mine. She's the president of Fanny. She's up in New York, and we have Fanny Market Week 4 times a year. We have the February show, the June show, August, and then December, with June and December being the bigger market weeks. Something that we do for our members is we have the Fanny pop-up. So we basically find a building in Midtown Manhattan because not every brand already has a permanent showroom. So we'll go into a building, we'll get a couple of empty floors, and basically we assist our member footwear brands with getting showroom space so that they can exhibit during Fanny Market Week. So that's something we do during the June and December market weeks. We find the building, we basically like divide up the spaces, we collect the forms, produce signage, we bring in some Wi-Fi. That way all of the brands can come and host their meetings and have a nice pop-up showroom for the 5 days during Fanny Market. So if you guys are listening now, I am in New York City at this moment, actually running the pop-up this time around. We have 12 brands that we're managing. And then there's a couple of different footwear industry events that are sprinkled throughout the week as well.
Amazing. Yeah. If you are planning on going to Fanny Week, please introduce yourself to Jolie. It's such a great touch point to have with you. So this Fanny Week, this is at a new building. Is that right?
That is
What are
correct.
you looking forward to navigating this upcoming week?
This time around, we're going to have a check in. So it's going to be nice to kind of have a little bit more of a presence, be able to just let Fanny have a little bit more of a presence. I'll get a lot more FaceTime with the retailers that are coming in, which I normally don't get. So we're looking forward to it. It's a new building. It's right in Midtown. It's where the retailers want to be for their appointments because it can get a little tricky with New York traffic. So our brands are very excited to get in and have their appointments.
Love it. And then what is your personal favorite part of Fanny Week?
I would say after Monday, like once I get in after Monday, all of the showrooms are set up so you can finally see like what everyone's final vision was. There's a lot of like coordination beforehand with the building and then with Springboard, our move-in crew to get fixtures or shelving and things like that. So finally just seeing everything come together, it feels pretty rewarding. I say end of day Monday because that's when people start having their appointments.
Amazing. Really looking forward to that next week. Wish I could be in New York with you.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit more about what else you do within FDRA. So you also support Shoes for a Cure. I know you're wearing the t-shirt right now. So if you're
I
watching this,
am.
Jolie is repping. And you support Shoes for a Cure and the Black Footwear Forum. What do those mean to you personally?
Yeah, so they're actually both pretty important to me. Choose for Cure is our charity that raises money for breast cancer research. So we have a couple different cities, different initiatives going on, but it's a good cause. It's a lot of fun. I run the social media page for Shoes for a Cure. So in the past, I've made live videos, we've done clips. I'm also on the New York planning team. So we have Shoes for a Cure New York, where we do a 5-day pop-up sale. So that gets a lot of traffic. We have 400 volunteers that all come from different footwear brands. All of the product is donated. So it's a lot of fun. It's a really good cause. I always look forward to doing it. It's always good to raise money for breast cancer research. And then we also have Shoes for a Cure Miami, which isn't a 5-day pop-up charity shoe sale, but this is basically done with the Miami Design District. It's a lot of the luxury brands that are helping bring that together in Miami. So it's a slightly different setup, but at the end of the day, it's the same cause. So very rewarding. It's a lot of fun. I always look forward to going up to New York and working on that. For Black Footwear Forum, that's our diversity initiative. I have a lot of hands in that as well. I also run that social media page, and then I am on the planning committee for our national forum. So it's pretty exciting. It's a very electric type of environment. The national forum is 4 days. It happens in Detroit. It's just 4 days of activations, panels, networking. So there is a lot of planning that goes into that event, but I'm on the planning committee for that. And then I'm also working on like an app that gets heavily used throughout the forum. So I created the registration for the national forum, and then I'm assisting with maintaining the app up until the forum. So it's pretty cool. I get to meet a lot of different people. I'd say out of all of our FDRA events, that's probably our biggest one. Last year we had like 700 attendees. So I had pretty 700 different interactions working registration there. So it's pretty exciting for sure.
The way you talk about each initiative and what you do just blows my mind. Again, you have your hands in so much. Let's talk a little bit about the people that you meet at the National Forum. Are you open to telling the story about taking a picture with
Yes. Yes, with So a couple of years ago, I'd say this was at the 2024 National Forum, we had a surprise speaker. I knew he was coming, but no one else really knew. There was maybe a group of 10 people who knew, but Shaquille O'Neal was our surprise speaker that year. But there was a whole elaborate plan to get him into the forum because, he's kind of hard to miss. So we obviously didn't want to bring a lot of attention to him. So we had this whole plan of maybe like sneaking him in through the parking garage and getting his sprinter there. There was this whole plan. But basically, I'd say right before he was about to come, I was speaking to I think it was Sabria maybe, and I was like, is Shaq here? And one of our volunteers had overheard me and they're like, what? Like Shaquille O'Neal is coming? Like, is that our surprise speaker? So the cat was out the bag at that point. I was like, yes, he's coming, but, don't tell anyone. Like, we won't see him. Like, he's coming in through the parking garage. It's a whole secret. So, it's pretty hush. And then Shaquille O'Neal just walks through the front doors of Pencil Lewis's campus, right to registration. So forget the plan and everything. There weren't a lot of people there. So naturally, where he walked in, we didn't have to worry about like security holding people back. But I did get to sneak over and ask Shaquille O'Neal for a picture. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, he's huge. He's a really tall guy.
So cool. I love that story. Thank you
Yeah,
for telling that.
of course.
Shifting a little bit more back to the footwear industry and kind of like getting to know you a little bit better. What is something about working in footwear that totally surprised you?
I'd say, I guess, like how relationship driven the industry is. Like, naturally, because it's the footwear industry, I think a lot of people would think it's mostly about like products and brands, like trends. But honestly, I feel like it really runs on like long-term partnerships, community, collaboration, just how long it will take you or how far it will take you to have the right relationship.
That's so true. Is there a brand or somebody in particular that stands out to you that you've had a really great connection with or that made a great impression at one of the FDRA events?
I'd say inbox. I think the inbox guys are pretty cool. They're funny, always really personable, and always come with a really great energy. So I think they're some pretty cool guys.
Yeah, I love that. Shout out Oliver and Francisco.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys. Okay, and then what do you love most about the community? It can either be in the footwear industry or within FDRA or both. What do you love most about the community that you work with?
Yeah. I'd say just how like supportive and connected everyone is. I'd say that goes for like our internal team and the industry. Internally, we're pretty on top of each other. Like we're pretty in tune. Like a lot of times we don't even have to communicate. We're just kind of on autopilot, and I think it says a lot when you have a small team that can get a lot done efficiently. I say, like, on the industry level, still just how supportive and connected everyone is. This industry is very collaborative. Like, my first couple events, I'm like, oh, that's the same person that was here last time. Like, you're gonna run into a lot of the same people. And that's just, it just goes to show how active our membership is. So, yeah, just how supportive everyone is.
I love that. That's so true. And then it's always fun when, as you mentioned, we are remote. So, there's 12 staff at FDRA and we're remote and we get together like 4 times a year outside of our events. So it's always so fun and natural coming together.
You're right, for sure.
Okay, yeah, let's shift more to you. So tell us a little bit more about. I know a few things off the top of my head that I think of that you like to do when I think of Jolie. Your kitty cats are one of them, and
Yes.
then. And then, so tell us a little bit more about you personally and what you like to do outside of work.
For sure, for sure. I feel like I'm a very just like relaxation kind of person. I'm all about recharge, self-care. Favorite activity, binge watching TV, Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, whatever streaming platform it is, I probably have it. I'd say that's what I spend the most of my time doing. I do like to
Love it.
play
What do you
video
watch right
games.
now?
What am I
What are you
watching
watching?
right now? Perfect Match on Netflix. That's interesting.
Is
That's
it
like on my watch list. I've watched the previous season. So I'd say probably tomorrow, I think I'm gonna start. And then Love Island starts next week. So I'm super excited for that. That's, I think, what's most definitely on my watch list right now.
Love it. And then you said video games.
Yes, so I'm a gamer. I like to play here and there. I'd say that's probably like my secondary hobby. As you mentioned, I'm a crazy cat lady, so I spend a lot of times with my kitties. I have one boy and one girl. They look alike. They're from the same litter. They're best friends, so we spend a lot of time together. And now that it's getting warm outside, I'm gonna be getting out a lot more. So I'm looking to just any type of warm activity, water sports, things like that. I like to travel. So just have some trips planned this summer that I'm looking forward to.
Yes. And then I know that you traveled a little bit last year. Do you have a favorite like location that you went this past year?
Yes. Favorite location I'd have to say is St. Martin. I went with my family last August for my uncle's wedding and we had an amazing time. It's just beautiful place, beautiful island. Everyone's really nice. It was good. It was good. Highly recommend.
That's amazing. And then, okay, this is kind of a funny question, but do you have any hidden talents or hobbies that you can tell us about?
Yes, I think I've mentioned it to you before, but I took
Mhm.
dance for 9 years growing up. And my favorite type of dance, which I think is interesting, I don't think I've met anyone else that does it, is clogging. So I took clogging for maybe like 5 or 6 of those years, but that's maybe a hidden talent that people don't know is I know how to clog. So yeah.
I love that. That is so cool. Do you have any, do you still hold on to any of your clogs?
No, I lost the shoes. I bet you my mom probably has them still up in our attic somewhere because she doesn't like to let go
Mhm.
of things like that. But I should probably invest in another pair and just pick the hobby back up, like just keep the skills, you know? Think that'd be cool.
Totally. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I love that. Okay, I can't believe it. Julie, you've answered so many questions so well. We're coming to a close on the episode, but one thing that we are trying to incorporate is having the previous guest leave a question for the next guest. So,
Okay.
Andy, when he was on the show 2 weeks ago, the question that he left for you is, what is the shoe of the summer?
The
So maybe
shoe
let's
of,
answer this two ways because we talked
okay.
about trendy shoes on Fanny Trend Watch. If you haven't plugging Fanny Trend Watch, if you haven't listened to it, make sure you listen to it, especially going into Fanny Market Week. So
Yep.
maybe like what you predict the shoe of the summer is, and then what you are actually wearing.
Okay, okay. Let me think. So the shoe of the summer. Well, I think that what the shoe of the summer, I think I actually already have a pair and I'm wearing it. So I will have the same answer for both questions. But I'm going to
Okay.
say it's the Nike Zoom Formeros. I think that's how you pronounce it. But like they're
Oh,
these
love.
cute little sneakers. Like the ones I have are gray and then pink at the bottom. Maybe I'll send you a picture and you can see what they look like. But I think they're really cute, like sporty, comfortable, and I've been seeing them everywhere in lots of different colorways. So I would say me, who's a little biased more towards sneakers, I think those are the shoes of
Mhm.
the summer for sure.
I love that. Yeah, send me a picture. I want to check them out. Will you be wearing them next week around New York?
I'd love to. I'd love to. I don't know if they'll match with any of my business casual, but maybe if I'm like walking to get a hot dog at night, I can put them on real quick or something, you know?
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's such a like I can just picture that
Yep.
right now.
Like a New Yorker thing.
Uh,
Yep.
yes, it is with your hot dog at the hot dog stand and your
You know
sneakers.
it.
I'm a sneaker girl too. I love sneakers. Okay. Well, speaking of that, what is coming up at FDRA that people should know about? I guess in addition to Fanny Market Week.
Okay. We have a lot of nice, like big events coming up. I'd say the sourcing summit that's happening in July. We're back in New York City. We're at an all new venue and we're talking everything sourcing shifts. So if you're an executive, I think you should most definitely be in the room. After that, I'd say the August Fanny Cocktail Party. That's our networking social that we have during the August Fanny Market Week. We have like over 200 attendees, brands, retailers. A lot of people are already in town for Market Week, so they're likely going to be at that networking party. That happens at the Bryant Park Grill, 5:30 to 7:30. So that's something I keep on the radar. And then again, the National Forum, 4 days of activations. We're back in Detroit this September. We have 700 people last year, so this year we're expecting 1,000. It'll be amazing. So I'd say those are the three big things I'd keep on your radar that are exciting and coming up at FDRA.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Jolie. And then what question are you leaving for our next guest?
For our next guest, if you could go back in time, what is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self when starting your career?
I love that. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Jolie. It's been so much fun hanging out with you, getting to know you a little bit better. If you're listening and you're going to be at Fanny Market Week, please go say hi and introduce yourself to Jolie, either at Market Week this month or in August. And with that, Shoe and Show is out.
Shoe In has been brought to you by the FDRA, the Footwear Industries Association focused on retail, trade, politics, and fashion, helping create and enhance conversations on all things footwear. For information about FDRA, visit fdra.org.